This conference will now be recorded.
So, good evening, everyone. So, in last class, we discussed regarding the
Data validation.
sorry for the disturbance. So, in last class, we discussed regarding the data validation. Do you have any query regarding the last class? Whatever we have discussed regarding the data validation, error, okay, information. So, if
Ma'am,
you
can
don't
you
have,
explain circle invalid data?
sorry, circle invalid data. Okay, fine. I'll explain it to you. What about your practical assignment? Your practical assignments are ready. Some of the people are submitting the assignments. What about others? So fine. I have some numbers here. So I'll take it as a 95, 33, 45. So I'll select this. After selecting this, I'll go to the data tab. I'll give a one. Okay, so I'll give a whole number. Okay, I'll go for the whole number between. So I want to enter the employee ID between 1012 uh 200. So these are the number. Okay, so I'll give one range here for employee ID which start from 101 to 200. So I'll just click on this OK button. So already I have some employee IDs are there, okay, which is less than 95. Oh, sorry, which is less than 100 and 1 and more than 200. So instead of this, so I'll select this. After selecting this, I'll go to the data validation. Can you see a circle invalid data? So just click on the circle the invalid data. So it will take some time to work on it. Can you see here? So it will circle the invalid data in your selected the cell. Got it, or can I explain it once?
Ma'am, the numbers are below 200, but why is it being circled?
I have given a between, no, there between 101 to 200.
Okay, ma'am.
Okay, so if you enter so already I have entered here 205, 210, 55. So I'll select this. After selecting, I'll go to the data validation, whole number. I'll mention here 101 to 150. I'll click on OK button. Now I want to circle the invalid data in the selected cell or the entire column. So you can see here it will circle the invalid data for you. Got it?
Okay, ma'am.
Okay, fine. So today we are going to discuss the important topic, that is pivot table. Okay. So what is this pivot table? So pivot table is nothing but it is used for quickly summarize the large amount of a data. So what is the use of it? When you have a large amount of a data, if you summarize or to organize your data in a if you want to organize your data in a proper way, we are using this pivot table. So pivot table is used for quickly summarize the large amount of a data. In a shortcut key, you can call it as a quick reporting. What is the use of pivot table? Pivot table is used for quick reporting. So we'll have a discussion regarding the pivot table, which play an important role when you're working for the original company. Got it, or can I explain it once? The meaning of pivot table.
Got it, ma'am.
Okay,
Ma'am,
Pooja.
can you explain it
Ma'am,
again
it is
for
all.
me?
Okay, fine. So what is pivot table? When you have a large amount of a data, if you want to summarize that data very quickly, in that time we are using the pivot table. Okay, quickly summarize the large amount of a data. We call it as a pivot table, or you can call it as a quick reporting of your data. That we call it as pivot table.
Okay, ma'am, got it.
Oh, fine. Okay, see here. A pivot table is an interactive way to quickly summarize large amount of a data. You can use a pivot table to analyze a numerical data in a detail and answer unanticipated questions about your data. So what is the use of this pivot table? In depthly we are going to try to create a more and more report, and we try to understand our table with the help of pivot table. Okay, got it, or can I explain it once? If you don't get, I'll explain it once.
One more time, ma'am.
So pivot table is all about your quick reporting. So when you have a large amount of a data as per your requirement, if you want to create the interactive reports, okay, if you want to understand your data in depth, we are using the pivot table. Got it?
Okay, ma'am.
So these are the some uses of pivot table. I'll send you this the entire thing. You just go through those things. So now I'll start with my practical. So I have some data here. Order ID, product, category, amount, date, and the country. So we have the whole thing, which contain the whole 213 rows of data. Now I want to create an interactive, or I want to quickly summarize my data. Okay, so in that time I'll use a pivot table. Okay, so now I'm going to explain it to you how to insert a pivot table. Okay, listen to me carefully. So it is the person one who are working simultaneously with me. Okay, it is difficult to, okay, to create the whole data. So what I will do after this class, I'll send it to you. Is that fine?
Yes, ma'am.
Fine, then just listen to me. If you have any query, let me know. Okay. Excuse me. Now, so now I want to create a data table, that is pivot table. So you can select a cell. So within you can select any one of the cell within the table. So after selecting the cell, you have the option here insert tab. So you have the option here pivot table. I'll just click on this pivot table. When you click on this pivot table, can you see here? First it will ask for table or a range. So by default, automatically it will select the whole data. You can see here, it is selected the entire table. Okay. So this is my table. Now you have the two options here. So new worksheet, existing worksheet. If I want to insert a pivot table within the sheet, if I want to insert a pivot table within the sheet, can you see a existing sheet option? Just click on this existing worksheet. So when you select the existing worksheet, you have to select the location here. So location you can select wherever you want. For example, I'm selecting the location here. When you click on this select here, when you click on this OK button, so you can, okay, it will insert the pivot table in the existing worksheet. Any doubt? So we are not working in the existing worksheet. I've just given you an
Can you
example.
explain once again?
Okay. So select any one of the cell. Go to the insert tab, pivot table. So you have the two options here. Already when you select, already it is selected the entire table. You have the option here new worksheet, existing worksheet. By default, it will select a new worksheet. If you want to insert a pivot table in the existing worksheet, so click on existing worksheet. So when you select this, can you see a location? You have to select where you want to insert the pivot table. Where you want to insert the pivot table. So select this, you have to select the cell. So I am selecting the cell here. Any doubt till here?
No, ma'am.
No,
So
ma'am.
after this, click on OK button. When you click on this OK button, now you can see here within the sheet we can insert a pivot table. Okay. Now I don't want to insert this pivot table in the within the worksheet, so I'm using here Control Z option. Done everyone? But always remember one thing. So when you're working in a pivot table, so we'll go for the new worksheet. Okay. So this is the way if you want to insert a pivot table within the sheet, so you have to follow this step. Now I'll just click on this any one of this cell here. I'll go to the insert pivot table range, or okay, so by default it will select the whole table. By default it will select a new worksheet. Can you see a OK button? Any doubt? Click on OK button. Can you see a sheet 1? I have the original data. So when you insert in a new worksheet, so we'll get the, you can see a pivot table is there. So This is how we insert a pivot table. Got it, or can I explain it once?
Got it, ma'am.
Fine then. And remember one thing, if you don't understand any of these steps, let me know. Okay? Because it has a vast concept are there. So we have a lot of things to learn. So one by one, we are going to learn. So if you don't understand any of the things, let me know. Immediately, I'll clarify your doubts. Now, so here, table is not there, guys. Can you see here? Some of, not here, see here. So whatever headings are there here, order ID, product, category, amount, date, country, all these headings are there in your pivot table fields. So this we call it as what? Pivot table fields. So in a pivot table fields, we have the headings of your table, headings of your table. So now in a pivot table fields, we are going to learn filter, column, rows, values. Okay, so here we have a lot of things, and one more thing, so you can move your that pivot tables field wherever you want. Okay. And you can just select it and drag it. Any doubt till here?
No, ma'am.
Guys, please respond me uh, fast. If you don't understand, I'll explain it once, otherwise we'll continue. Okay, fine. Now listen to me, I have some data here. So in a pivot table fields, we have a 4 fields: filter, column, rows, values. When I select and drop here, automatically on left side my report start creating. I'll just show it to you. So I'll select a country. I'll drop down in the row wise. Can you see on right side? So my report is row related data. So that is your list of countries. Now I have some data here. I want to know what is a country wise. Instead of amount, I'll take it as a sales. So I want to know country wise sales. So I'm using here sheet 2. Okay, fine. Now, so it is as I'll drop down in the row wise. So if I select this, if I drop down in the column wise, you can see here. So it will display row wise. So now I'll select it. I'll drop down in the row wise. Any doubt? Fine, I'll continue. So after this, so remember one thing. So when you have a data which is related to your number related data, okay, like sales, okay, date. So always you have to drop down these things in a values. So I'll select it. I'll drop down in the values. Can you see here? So it will display you, okay, country voice sales. It will display you country voice sales. So within a second, instead of using this some ifs, so every time we have to select the data, instead of that, just insert a pivot table. So within a second, the report is ready for you. The thing is just you have to drag and drop. No doubt till here.
No, ma'am.
Fine then. Now, so it is displaying for me, that is sorry, country wise sales. Now I'll select here product. I'll drop down in the column. So now you can see here I have some product here, that is apple, banana, beans, and all those things are there. Now if so, instead of that I'll take a vice versa of it. So product I'll take it in a row, and country I'll drop down in the column. So what do you have to do? So product in a row and country in the column. If you don't want, can you see it? You just deselect it. Select it, deselect it. You can see here if I deselect the sales, you can see on the right side. So you just select it and deselect your data. So now I'll take the category. I'll drop down in the column. You can see here. So these are the product, and you have the option here: fruit related data, vegetable related data, and the grand total. Now, so if I want to change the row heading, instead of a row labels, I'll take it as a product. So you can take it as a product. So any doubt till here? Guys,
No,
am I
ma'am.
going
No,
fast?
no, ma'am.
Now we have some empty cells are there, no? And one more thing, remember, you can't change any of the things here. Okay, if I try, not here, here. So here you can make a changes in this, the whatever the products are there, you can make a changes, but related to your value you can't change it. When I try to make a changes, we can't change this part of the pivot table. Next, now when I click on this, we are not getting the pivot fields here. Okay, whatever the pivot table fields are there, no, when I click on this pivot table, we are getting the pivot table fields. When I click on outside this table, we didn't get the pivot table fields. Now I'll click on this. I'll click on this close option. I don't want this pivot table fields. I'll just click on close option. Now, if you click here or here, you don't get it. So if I want to open that again, if I want a pivot table fields, you have the option here, pivot table analyze. Field list is there, so just click on this. At the end you have the option field list, so I'll just click on this field list. Again you will get the pivot table field. No doubt? Guys, got it, or can I explain it once?
Got it, ma'am.
Fine then. Now so can you see some of the places are there which contain the, okay, if I try to type here 0, so we can't make any changes. So wherever the empty cells are there, I want to insert a 0 there. Wherever the blank cells are there, I want to insert a 0. Now listen to me carefully. Right click here. You have the option here, pivot table options. Right click on your pivot table. You have the option pivot table option, just click on this. In a layout and format, can you see here, for empty cells show 0, for empty cells show 0. You can take it as a null or whatever you want. So I'm taking here for empty cells show 0. Click on OK button. So wherever empty cells are there, so it is displaying the 0 for you. Got it? Or can I explain it once?
Got it, ma'am.
Fine. So I'll just click on this. I'll just fine. Now, so every time what we are doing, I have to deselect here. So if I want, I have to deselect like this, one by one, I have to work. So instead of that, so what I will do, in a pivot table analyze, when you insert a pivot table, you will get a two tabs here, that is pivot table analyze and design. So in a design, you have a different types of a design. You can see the changes here. Like this you have, these are the designs. I don't want to design, so we'll go for pivot table analyze. So here you have the option clear. The one more thing you have here, that is clear all. What do you have? You have the option here clear all. So I'll just click on this clear all option. Automatically it will clear the whole table. Okay, so when you have more items, like for example, I'll select a product, country, category, sales, date. So you have a lot of things. Okay, instead of selecting one by one, so what I will do, I'll just click on this clear all. No doubt?
No, ma'am.
Fine. I'll select a product. I'll drop down in the rows. I'll select a sales values. So I'll select the category column, or you can go for the country. I'll deselect the category here. Now, if I want to know the particular information, for example, if I want to know the what is the sales of broccoli in the country New Zealand. Okay, if I want to know the what is the sales of a broccoli in the New Zealand. So 4390. If you want a in-depth information which is related to a broccoli, so in the New Zealand, double click on it. So when you double click on it, so it will display the information which is related to a broccoli that is in New Zealand. I'll just show it to you. Okay, I'll go for fine. I have some data here. Carrots, United States. I want a in-depth information which is related to carrots in the United States. What is the sales I want to know? When you double click on this, you can see here. It will add a one more sheet to display the information which is related to a carrot in the US. Okay, this is how we use the particular data. Got it, or can I explain it once?
Got it, ma'am.
Fine. What about others? Fine.
Got it, ma'am.
Fine then. So now you have the option here grand total, row wise it is displaying grand total, column wise. Now I don't want to display this grand total. So go to the design option. You have the option here grand total. So you have the pop-up button. Just click on this pop-up button. Off for rows and columns, on for rows and columns, on for rows only, on for columns only. I'll show with all these four options. I'll just off for rows and columns. You can see here it will not displaying for any the grand total for your rows and columns. I'll click on this. I'll click here grand total on for rows and columns. You can on for both the rows and columns. If I want to on for rows only, so I'll just click on this. It is on for rows only, row wise calculation. If you want to on for column wise, so it will make a total, that is column wise. So these are the sum, okay, which is related to your data. You can go for making of grand total of column, rows, these things. Fine. Guys, do you have any query regarding till whatever we have discussed? So we discussed
No,
with the
ma'am.
how to insert a PO table, and we discussed regarding drag and drop, which is related to your PO table fields. Okay, so after that we discussed clear all. So if you want to clear the whole thing, go for the clear all. So grand total. Fine. Now, so I'll take some data here. So I'll select a product row. So I'll select this sum, that is sales. First, I'll change with this product. Second one, I have some data. This data I want to convert into a count. So I want to know how many times the apple is sold. So instead of sum of sales, I want to make number of times. So what I will do, I want to convert this sum into a counts. Now I want to convert this sales into a count. This is very important. Listen to me. Right click. When you right click on this, you have the option here. So summarize value by. So when you right click on your sum of sales, okay, you'll get the option here, summarize value by. So I'm using your summarize value by. You have this sum, it is in the sum format now. I want to convert this into a count, average, max and min. So first I'll go for the count. When you click on this count, can you see here? Now count of sales, nothing but 40 times the apple is sold, 71 times banana, beans 13. So it will display in the numbers. Got it, or can I explain once?
Got it, ma'am.
Got it, mom.
Fine. So here I'll go for the, instead of count of sales, I'll go for the mm, fine, I'll take it as a count of sales only. So next again I'll click on this. I'll select this sales. Again I'll drop down in the same values. You can see a sum of sales. Now I want to convert this sum of sales into a percentage. I want to know total 100 is there, 100% is there. Out of, I want to know what is the apple percent, banana, beans, broccoli, carrot. So I'm using here right click. You have the option here, show values as. This is summarize values. You can go for count, average, all those things. So I'll go for show values as. In a show values as, you have the option here percentage of column total. So I'm using here percentage of column total. Can you see out of 100%, 18% is a apple, 33% is a banana, and the rest of the things. So it will display the things in the percentage. Any doubt?
No, ma'am.
Okay, fine. So I think can you see when I click on this? So there are two number of decimal places are there. So as we discussed, I'll just right click here. Can you see a number format? I want to convert into a zero decimals. So I'll just click on this number format. So you can see here decimal places. So I'll reduce by 0. I'll click on OK button. You can see here. So it is reduced by 0 decimal places. So this is how we use the count function. So instead of sum of sales, so I'll take it as percentage. Now, so again I'll click on this. I'll select the sales. I'll drop down in the sum of sales. So here instead of sum of sales, just take it as a sales. One thing it is displaying in the count of sales. So number of sales, percentage of a sales. Here instead of sales, I'll take it as a rank. I want to rank these data first, second, third, that one. So I'll just select any one of the cell, right click. You have the option here, show values as. Come to rank smallest to largest or largest to smallest. So depending upon your circumstances, you select it here. So I'm selecting here rank largest to smallest. I'll just click on this. So according to a product, click on OK button. So first is banana, the highest sales, rank 1, apple second highest, broccoli third highest. So you can go for rank. Again I'll take a sales, I'll drop down in the values. It will show you the sales. Now when I take the print of it, so you will get the print, count of sales, percentage of sale, rank and the sales. Any doubt regarding any of the function? If you want, I'll explain it once. If you got it, I'll continue with some other options.
Got it,
Got it,
ma'am.
ma'am.
Fine. So can you explain me what do you mean by sort? So in the previous classes we discussed for this sort.
Ascending in arranging in ascending or descending order.
Okay, fine. Now, so ascending or a descending order. So I'll just click on this, right click on your product. You have the option here sort. You can go for A to Z or Z to A. If I want to sort my data Z to A, just click on this. So it will organize your data in the Z to A option. So if you want highest to lowest or lowest to highest. So I'll just right click here, sort smallest to largest or largest to smallest. I'll just click on this largest to smallest. So this is how we can sort our data. So after all these things, so if you want number format, just right click here, go to the number format option. If I want to convert that into a currency, so I'll select. So in last class we discussed here, okay, the previous classes we discussed regarding the number format. Same options are available for us. So I'll select here rupee. So it convert your data into a currency. So like this, you can convert your data into a count, percentage, rank. Okay. So what I will do, I'll just click on this. I'll clear all option. Guys, you don't have any query, no? Till here, whatever we have discussed.
No, mom.
Fine then. So next I'm going to explain you the filter. So I'll click on this. I'll select a product. I'll drop down here. I'll select a sales. After that, I'll select a country. I'll drop down in the filter option. So when you insert a filter, you'll get it is displaying all. I'll just pop up this option. I want to prepare a report which is related to a sum. Okay. So which is related to some like one, okay, 2 or 3 countries related data I want. So I'm using here. So I want a data which is related to Canada, France, New Zealand, US. So you can select a particular, okay, country. So after selecting the particular country, click on OK button. So it will display the data only which is related to your selected countries. Got it, or can I explain it once?
Explain it again, ma.
You know the meaning of filter, no? Okay, I have to explain. So filter is nothing but displaying the required information. So I'll deselect this. So it is displaying the data which is related to all the countries. Okay. Now I want to report only some of the countries. I want to prepare a report. So what I will do, I'll select this country. I'll drop down in the filter option. Okay. So now you can see here, it is showing all. I want to display the report only which is related to some specific countries. So I'll click on this pop-up button. So I'll deselect it first. Okay. So you have to select multiple items. I'll deselect. After that, you have to choose you have to select a required countries or some specific countries. So I want Canada, German, New Zealand, UK. So the remaining countries data I don't want to display. Any doubt till here? If you want, I'll
No, ma'am.
explain it once. So
Got it,
just click
ma'am.
on OK button. So it will display the data only which is related to or the specified country data it will display for you. Okay. This we call
Yes,
it
ma'am.
as what? Filter. You can see here, you can move wherever you want. Okay. When you click here, you can go for that. Now, so I'll just deselect it. OK button. So I'll just deselect the country. Okay. I'll select the country. I'll drop down in the rows. So after that, I'll select a category. I drop down in the column. Now, can you see here? Apple Australia, this is the sales, okay, which is only related to a fruit. Banana, after that we have a beans, which is related to a vegetables. So if you don't want, you can just collapse it. Can you see here? So if you want, you can just expand it. Now for each and everything, it is showing the subtotal here. Can you see here? The subtotal of it.
Yes, ma'am.
So 19125, same thing you have. So I don't want to display the subtotal here. I don't want to display the subtotal. So what I will do, I'll just right click here. Can you see here? Subtotal product. So I'll just click on this. I'll just deselect the subtotal. So it will remove the subtotal of each and every data. Now, if one by one I'm collapsing the data here. Instead of that, right click here. You have the option here, expand or collapse. So when you click on this expand or a collapse, I'll just click on this collapse entire field. So I'll just click on this collapse entire field. Now, so every data is ready. When you click on this beans, it will display only information which is related to beans. If I click on mango, it will display only information which is related to mango. So if you want to expand all the things, right click. I'll click on this expand or a collapse. You have the option here, expand entire field. So I'll just click on this expand entire field. So it will expand the entire field to you. Any doubt, guys?
No, ma'am.
Expand and collapse. Fine. So now I'll just click on this pivot table analyze. Click on clear. Instead of clearing one by one, I'll just click on this clear option. So now, which is very important, that is group. Okay. Now I'll select the sales. I'll drop down in the values. So instead of values, I'll drop down in the rows. Can you see here? It is displaying from highest to, lowest to highest. So this is the highest and this is the lowest. If I want to range this, like I want 100 to, I'll range it like this. 100 to 1000, 1000 to 2000. Like this, I want to range the data. So what I will do, I want to group the data. So I'll just right click here. You have the option here, group. So you have the option here, group. So I'll just click on this group. You got my point, or can I explain it once?
Got it, ma'am.
Fine. So starting I'll take it as a 100. So ending, so I'll make it as a 10,000. So you can see here, buy is nothing but 1000. The difference between that is if you want to make a 1000, 2000 or a 500. For example, instead of a 1000, I'll make it as a 500. So it will set a range 100 to 500, 500 to 600, 1000, like that. Click on OK button. You can see here 100, 500, this thing. Okay, so if I want to know the product, I'll drop down here. So you can go for column wise data. 1 minute, guys. So instead of 100 to 500 difference, I'll go for the group data. So I'll make this as a 100,000. So you can go for this. I'll select a product. I'll drop down here.
Ma'am, why it will come as 99 only? Why it won't come as a round figure, ma'am?
The thing is, whatever my sales is that. So I'll just show it my sales. Again, I'll select the sales. I'll drop down here. Oh, 1 minute. I'll right click. I'll click on this ungroup. I'll just deselect this product. Can you see here? 107. My starting data is 107. The another thing is when I right click and click on group option. So you can see I have given here 100 to 10,000. My data, the given starting and ending date is different. So that is a reason. So it is displaying you as a 100 to 1099. Got it?
Yes, ma'am.
So the thing is it will count 100, 101, 2, 3 like that. So of course it will come 1099. I'll just right click. I'll make a changes in that. I'll just show it to you. So instead of 100, I'll take it on a 101. Now you got it?
Yes, ma'am.
Any doubt?
No, ma'am.
Fine then. Now this is how you make a group of it. So I'll just, any doubt till here regarding the group? If you want to ungroup it, right click, ungroup. So normal you'll get the data here. Next, if you want a date wise, just select, drop down here. I'll go for, okay. So when I click on this plus option, you can see here, these are the dates. So what I will do, I want to group it quarterly. So right click here. Apple data is there. So I'll just right click here. You have the option here group. So when you click on this group, so instead of a months, so I'll just select a month and quarter. Click on OK button. So you can see first month, you can collapse it. Right click, collapse the entire field. Okay. So it is displaying for you quarter 1, quarter 2, quarter 3 like that. So right click, collapse the quarters. Why it is not displaying? Give me 1 minute. Okay, so one by one we have to collapse it. We can't collapse at a time. Okay, so here right click. If you want, you can collapse entire field. So if you want, you can go for this. Like this, it will collapse. So you'll get the quarter 1 things, quarter 2 like that. So if you want to ungroup it, go to this ungroup. So you'll get the each and every date, guys. You can see. So I don't want a date, so I'll deselect it. Got it, or can I explain it which is related to your group data? Group and ungroup.
Got it, ma'am.
Fine then. So the next one we are going to learn, that is, so I'll select some data here. I'll take a sales, I'll drop down in the values. I'll select a country, I'll drop down in the column. Otherwise, instead of country, I'll deselect it, I'll take a category. Now I'll right click here, I convert my data into a count. So I'm using here summarize value by count. Okay, 1 minute. I'll just deselect it. Okay, fine. So can you see here? So mango has sold 11 times and banana 71 and beans 13. If we can't make a changes in this here, we can't type it. If I make a changes in the original data, when I make a changes in the original data, so what I will do, I'll click on the sheet 1. So here banana is there. No, you can remember this. Banana is 71. Mango is 11. Okay. So what I will do, instead of banana, here I'll go for mango. One time I'll make a changes. Here I'll go instead of banana, I'll make a mango. Now, in a sheet 2, it is displaying the same answer. No, here 11, here 71, same thing. Now, but here we made a necessary changes. So I'll go to the sheet 2, right click. Can you see a refresh option? Just click on this refresh option. Now it is turned into a 69, here 13. Got it? When you make changes in the original data, you have to come to the pivot table, right click here, refresh it here.
Yes, ma'am.
Fine then. So I'll come to the sheet 1. I'll add here one extra column. Uh, I'll add here extra column, that is state date sales. Okay, I'll add a quantity here. What I will do, I'll add a quantity. So I'll use here one formula, rand between bottom. I'll go for the 50 comma top 250. I'll close the bracket, enter. So I'll go to the sheet 2. Can you see here? In the pivot table fields, the headings are displayed, but my quantity is not displaying here. Can you see here? My quantity is not displaying here. So if I right click my original data, I'll refresh it also. It is not displaying for me. Okay. Now, when you add a extra column or a row, so we have a one more option in a pivot table analyze. When you make a changes in this table, you automatically, when you right click and refresh it, it will display the data for you. When you add a extra column or a row, you have a one procedure. So what you have to do, click on this pivot table analyze. Okay, you have the option here change data source. You have the option here change data source. You have the option change data source. Any doubt till here? If you want, I'll explain it once. Sorry.
No, ma'am. No, ma'am.
Okay, so I'll click on this change data source. So see here, it is not selected the column. You can see here, it is still F. Okay, so what you have to do, so I'll just change with the F. I'll select a G. So I'll just delete this. I'll select it from first row to the last row. Got it? So you have to delete the table or the range. After deleting it, select it once. So after selecting it, click on OK button. So click on OK button. Now you will see quantity. So just select it and drop down here.
Mom,
So if
refresh can be done in the pivot table analysis down. Refresh option is there, no, ma'am. That also can be used, no, ma'am, to refresh
uh,
the data.
anything you can right click, you'll get the same options are available. If you refresh here, you will get the same options.
Okay, ma'am.
Both are same. Fine. So if you want to group it, right click here, group. So starting 50, ending the difference, I'll take it as a 20. So you can see it will display the data for like this. Okay. So I'll just right click, I'll just click on this clear, clear all. Any doubt regarding your refresh and change data source? There is a two different things. When you add an extra row and a column, we'll go for the change data source. Refresh is nothing but when you make a changes in the table. Okay, when you make a changes in the table, in that time we'll go for the refresh option. Fine. So other two options are there. So I'll just explain it to you. The last two options, that is slicer and timeline. Slicer will work as a filter, timeline work as a date filter. Okay, so both I'm going to explain it to you. I'll select a product, rows, sales, values. Now instead of product, I'll go for the country. I'll go to the pivot table analyze. You have the option insert slicer, insert timeline. Insert slicer work as a filter for your text and the sales. Insert timeline will work for only for the to filter the date. So first I'll explain with the insert slicer. You got the difference between insert slicer and timeline?
Yes, ma'am.
When I click on this insert slicer, so here you can select. So I'll just select a product and I'll go for the category. I'll click on OK button. So when you click on OK button, so we'll get the two tabs here, which is related to a product and category. So when I click on this, if I want to know only which is related to a mango, so I'll select a mango. Can you see the changes here? When I click on beans, it will display the beans related data. Orange, orange related data. Banana, carrot. If I want to know only which is related to fruits, so you can select only the fruits. Or if you want, you can go for this. If you want to clear the filter, you have the option here. Clear it. If I want to know only which is related to fruits, just click on this fruits. It will display only the data which is related to a fruits, vegetables like this. So if you want to, I'll just click on this clear filter. Now it is displaying the whole thing. Got it? How the
Ma'am, in the
slicer we are
big
using? Sorry,
Mom, in the
tell me.
beginning, mom, in the beginning you used filter option. That is also the same, no, mom?
Yeah, same thing. The thing is, here you have to select a particular things. You have to go to that pop-up option and everything. Here, what you have to do? Just click on this. It will display the data. It is a quick compared to that. Same option, but the
Okay,
quick option. This thing. Other people.
okay.
So, if you want to display more than one, press Control, Apple, broccoli, mango. So, it is displaying only which is related to apple, broccoli, mango. So this is related to your slicer. Slicer will work as a filter only. If you don't want, just clear it, select it and delete it. Select it and delete it. Now I'm going to explain you the timeline. So it will filter the data for you. What is the use of the timeline? It will filter the dates. So I'll just click on this insert timeline. So I'll click on this date. I'll click on OK button. Now you can see here, if I want, you will get the pop-up option here, year, quarter, months, days. So first I'll explain with the months. If I want to know the Jan sales or the April sales, so I'll just click on this April. So it is displaying the April sales for you. If I click on July, it will display the July, March. Okay, you can select whichever you want. If you want December sales, it will display the month wise sales. So if you want to display all the things, just click on this option. Now you have the option here, months. I'll just click on this. Quarterly, if you want, just click on this quarter. So first quarter, fourth quarter, it is displaying only which is related to your fourth quarter. If I click on Q1, first quarter data, Q3, third quarter's data. So it will display the, or it is filter the dates. Any doubt?
Mom, first quarter displays the first starting 4 months, no, mom?
That is April, May, June.
Okay, mom.
So depends. Okay, if you take it as a this one, so sorry, it will display Jan, Feb, March. Okay, second
Yes,
quarter,
mom.
April, May, June, July, August, September, like that. So it will display this. Any doubt?
No, mom.
So guys, work on these things, because so the same thing we are going to learn in dashboard. Okay, so to prepare the graphical visually represent our data, so we are using the slicer, timeline and the pivot table. So you guys work on this. If you have any query, let me know in the next class. So you'll prepare the data or I have to send the data to you guys?
Mom, send the data, mom.
Okay, fine. Any doubt? So whatever we have discussed for the class, insert, that field, grand total, blank cell, sort, count, percentage, rank, collapse, group. Okay, then we discussed how to make a changes in the original data when you add a extra row or a column, slicer and timeline. So these are the things we discussed today. And don't worry, I have some data. I'll just send it to you. In this data, guys, listen to me. So here you have the steps. Okay, don't worry about it. Okay, so here you have the steps. Okay, you have the shortcut key, that is Alt NV. Okay, so if you want to insert any pivot table, select it Alt NV, so it will display the data for you. So this is the shortcut key you have. So I have given a steps for you. So what all the things you have to insert in a row, values, filter value, everything. So one by one you work on it. So if you have any query, let me know in the next class.
Excuse me, ma'am.
Yes, pa.
Ma'am, the you teachers from the Microsoft Word notes, right? You have not shared it since the graphs part.
Is it 1 minute? Give me a 2 minutes. I'll send it to now only. Okay. Any doubt
Sure.
regarding today's class?